Today is Thursday, August the 19th. The McClellan oscillator number isn't out yet, but the FinViz was pretty miserable. The decliners led the advancers by 3 to 1. And you can see this is what happened. The market zigzagged. The Dow zigzagged all day long. That's real uncertainty. The NASDAQ was moving up, came down, popped up a little bit, finished higher. The Dow finished slightly lower. The S&P finished just a little bit higher, and it had a bit of a roller coaster, zigzaggy day. Now that was to be expected because we did say that we were probably going to see a bounce with the McClellan oscillator being this low. Instead, what we have is we've probably got it going lower to this point, which is equal to this point. And every time it comes this low, it bounces back up. We saw the attempt at the bounce back up today. We didn't get it. And the Dow Jones, we said since it finished yesterday at the top of this candle, we thought we might see a bounce, but we didn't. We actually saw the Dow Jones Ichimoku go this low and then finish the day right here in that body of that candle. So it's within the body. It's not underneath. It's within the body. I think that tomorrow we get the opportunity to have the bounce in the Dow tomorrow. The NASDAQ, however, did have a bounce, as we called, and it wasn't at the top of this candle. It's also buried in this candle. So I'm thinking there could be just a little bit more tomorrow. We've also got the 50 beckoning, so we want to take a look at that. But that should really be support. The S&P got the bounce that we expected it to. Its 50 is down below. That's also tempting and beckoning. A long time ago, we said that the 50 might coincide with the cloud. That's not going to happen now. So that event can be removed, but the 50 is still looking tempting and could be support. What happened to the volatility index? It shot up. So it started the day here. It moved up. It had its high of the day here, but it finished the day lower. So the volatility index cooled off, and we could be seeing it going lower. We're still above the cloud. But this is quite a reversal here with the volatility index having really cooled off during the day. Now Apple moved back up into this little wedge. Really the wedge is over now. But we're keeping it for old time's sake because we broke out of the wedge right back here. I still am holding these two positions. Abbott had a pretty good day today. Caterpillar had a pretty bad day, finished below the 200. Certainly not an opportunity yet to buy this stock. But if we take that as our low of the day, we can see that the Ichimoku really did very clearly get support and bounce off of the 200. We always look at the Ichimoku as a really good indicator for where we can see support and resistance. I hope that's coming through in these videos. NIO, which we didn't cover yesterday, continues to suffer in pain, but its stochastic momentum indices, the fast-moving one is really, really oversold, and the slow-moving one is at the oversold line. Both of them are looking for a bounce. Still a problem with the Chinese stocks overall. SAVA, here's the tale of how I've treated SAVA. Remember, I got my stock taken away from me last Friday with my 110 calls that I've been rolling for a while. I ended up buying at 121, but I sold the 125 calls for 650. Yesterday, I was able to close those 650 calls for 134 and open next week's for 731. We had this dramatic drop today, so that I was able to roll the calls again. Now the calls that I sold for $7.31, I bought back for $4, sold new ones for September the 3rd for $9. Now my break evens, I lost my note to you that I had stuck over here somewhere. Where is my note? My note is gone. But the note was just trying to explain to you that if you take the income of 650 minus 134 plus 731 minus 4 plus $9, my break-even points now on September the 3rd are going to be either 143 something or 103 something. That's my range, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Anything below that, and all of these trades, while they've brought in tremendous amount of income, $17 so far, because of the high volatility, because of the uncertainty of SAVA, this is going to be my working range for the next 2 weeks. But look at the stochastic momentum. The long-term, slower moving one is moving upwards. The short-term one didn't quite reach its top when it came down, so it's quite possible that it will turn back up again, or it's just finishing, one of these kind of cycles before it turns up. But this is the one that we want to look at here, which has been riding so high overbought and now has come down, not quite to oversold, but starting to move up again. Square continuing to roll calls today. I rolled again into next week, so I rolled my 280s. Actually, I rolled them to September the 17th, a full month out. Bought the old calls for 9 cents, sold the new calls for $3.79. Again, volume here is just really low. No one's panicking trying to sell this stock. The stochastic momentum indicators show a potential reversal, but the overall one here shows that really Square is still heavily overbought, and there is more pain still ahead for that stock. Where do we go now? I honestly believe that these three indices are looking to bounce a little bit more tomorrow, Friday. Anything can happen on a Friday. Strange things can happen if people don't want to hold over the weekend. But the volatility index taking the sudden drop down and finishing only a little bit higher than yesterday tells me that we still have potential for a bit of a pop tomorrow.